What's up, everybody? You know, there's certain times in life where I just kind of scratch my head. And over the last few weeks, I've had a lot of head scratching moments. Um, Especially with just the news in general lately. It's kind of been a little bit fucked up. So, with that being said, I'm going to drink my plant based beer and hit my intro.
System in place. Fans who else sick and tired. Deny them of
And welcome everybody to Suck It. I am the great and powerful King of Kings, Prince of all that is awesome, Derek. How the fuck are you doing today on May 10th of this beautiful year that is 2021? And I say beautiful and I mean that in the most what's the word? The most sarcastic way possible. Because there's just no way that this year's been fucking beautiful. We've had so much fucking shit happen. Just ridiculous amounts of shit. I mean, it started with the election and then the riots and people protesting and shit still going on. It's snowballing like ridiculously. And I haven't seen, I'm only 40. So I mean, I'm still a baby compared to some of what people are saying, but the shit that we're seeing now is unlike anything I've ever seen, and I'm sure most people would admit that it's unlike anything that they've ever seen too. Especially the older generation. It's just fucking crazy. But the thing about it is, we don't know what to believe. And that's the biggest problem. Because right now, we've got all these different things going on in the world, whether it be, you know, coronavirus, wars breaking out, we've got this going on, we've got that going on, BLM still going on, and now we've got all this trans stuff, the trans hate going on and the Asian fucking hate that's going on. It's running rampant. But the problem is, you turn on fucking MSNBC, you turn on fucking CNN, you turn on Fox News, Al Jazeera, whatever, and you can't get facts. You get their facts based on their agenda, and it's kind of fucked up because how are we supposed to know what we're supposed to believe? Now, the hard left is all about, oh, well, CNN's right, and we're going to go ahead and do this, and blah, 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 blah. And, everything that the hard left says, they just buy it. The hard right is doing the same thing with Fox News, and it's out of control. Now, here's the thing. I am not now, nor will I ever fucking be a political analyst, for the right or the left. Obviously not the right, but not even for the left either. If you want political commentary about the left, go watch John Oliver or go watch fucking The Daily Show with Trevor Noah. That's what they're there for. I will make jokes about politics and political bullshit, and I will point out, hypocrisies. But as far as being like a political commentator, that's just not me. However, this episode might kind of be that way because you know what? I'm heading into episode 2 fucking 100 on Thursday, and I'm so fucking stoked. I just crossed over 10 million downloads on the actual podcast itself. I'm just absolutely flabbergasted. If I can only figure out the YouTube algorithm and get those things on track with each other, that would be life-saving, but whatever. We won't go there. So before I kind of go into everything that I was going to say, I do want to say this. Episode 197, that's what we're talking about right now. That's what we're on. That is where we're at. Episode 197. Now, also today is the 1-year anniversary of Suck It Podcast. Now, the original show was started in February of last year, and that was all Shut Up Cameron. However, 1 year ago today is when Kat and I announced the new show, the new platform, and all the different things that we were going to do with this show. And that was exactly 1 year ago today. So this week is kind of doubly awesome because now it's like, I'm celebrating 1 year as Suck It Podcast. Getting ready to hit episode 200 as Suck It Podcast. Now, granted, yeah, if you go ahead and count in all the Shut Up Cameron episodes and all the episodes of the old Saturday show, No Sex, No Drugs, or No Sex, No Drugs, Just Rock and Roll, with Nicole Carson, yeah, way past 200. But just Suck It itself, is getting ready to cross that 200 marker. And that'll be Thursday, and that'll be a lot of fucking fun. So with all that being said, to Kat, to Nicole, to even Cameron, and everybody else that's been there through these trials and tribulations and everything else in between, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It has been a wild ride, and it has been so much fun. The different PR people I've had to deal with over the last year, the different actors and actresses and comedians, and, don't say this and then do say that. And, I never follow any of that shit anyway. But I find it quite fucking amazing. And it's just been a hell of a ride. And for the however many people of you that have downloaded this show 10 million times, thank you. It's usually the same 40 to 50,000 every episode. So for those same 40 to 50,000, thank you. But for everybody else that is a casual listener, casual watcher, thank you. I can't say enough good things about all you guys, and it's you guys have been quite awesome through everything, and I just, again, I can't thank you enough. So with that being said, let's get right into this once in a blue moon type of episode called, I don't know what I'm gonna fucking call it, but the thing about it is this. Yeah, well, I just went into, the fact that you can't trust Al Jazeera or MSNBC or CNN and Fox. You can't trust any of them. You really fucking can't. And if you're a hard lefter or a hard righter, you have your source of news, and that's what you believe. But for the rest of us, we don't know where the fucking fall. But for the rest of us, I've noticed the fact that Fox News has gotten really fucking ballsy lately. Now, they've always been ballsy. Let's get that out the way. However, they're more consistently ballsy lately, and it's really hilarious, but at the same time, it's kind of really fucking scary because shit like what I'm about to show you right now aired 2 weeks ago, and it's already made its rounds on social media, but I never really talked about it. But let's go ahead and show you that now.
Masks as they play should be no different from your response to seeing someone beat a kid in Walmart. Call the police immediately. Contact Child Protective Services. At this point, there is no scientific justification for any mask mandate anywhere. It's that simple. And the idea that people are being forced to wear masks outside should shock us. As for forcing children to wear masks outside, that should be illegal. Your response when you see children wearing masks as they play should be no different from your response to seeing someone beat a kid in Walmart. Call the police immediately. Contact Child Protective Services. Keep calling until someone arrives. What you're looking at is abuse. It's child abuse, and you are morally obligated to attempt to prevent it. If it's your own children being abused, then act accordingly. Let's say your kid's school emailed you to announce that every day after lunch, your sixth grader was going to get punched in the face by a teacher. How would you respond to that? That's precisely how you should respond when they tell you that your kids have to wear masks on the soccer field. That is unacceptable, it is dangerous, and we should act like it, because it is. The only people who wear masks voluntarily outside are zealots and neurotics. It's our job to brush them back and restore the society we were born in. So the next time you see someone in a mask on the sidewalk or on the bike path, do not hesitate. Ask politely but firmly, would you please take off your mask? Science shows there is no reason for you to be wearing it. Your mask is making me uncomfortable.
Now, I want to go ahead and say this. Since that aired, I believe the CDC did make some adjustments to wearing masks outdoors. I know they did. I just don't remember the exact semantics of it. Whether you're vaccinated, no groups of this or that, still socially distanced, yada, yada, yada. Whatever it was. So that was done after the fact, I believe. But regardless, here's where I kind of want to go with this. Number one, in that video, he said straight up, making kids wear masks should be illegal. Should. Okay? But then he goes and compares it to beating a child at a Walmart. Coincidentally, he said Walmart. I'm not going to go there, but whatever. But he compares the two. And then he says, regardless of the fact, he said it should be illegal, even though it's not. He wants you to still call the fucking cops. He wants you to call the cops and waste the fucking cops' time, or waste the 911 dispatcher or the local fucking, officer, whatever. He wants you to waste their fucking time because of something that should be illegal. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that our cops and, officers of the law have way other things, much bigger things to fucking worry about. Whether or not a child is wearing a mask is not fucking one of them. Straight the fuck up. First of all, I don't like wearing a mask at all. I fucking hate it. I was talking tonight to one of my friends about how the fact that if nothing else, wearing a mask sucks because I like to do a handlebar fucking mustache, and I can't fucking do a handlebar mustache if I'm wearing a fucking mask. No fucking point of me wasting goddamn $25 mustache wax. But I digress. But in reality, when I am outside, whether I'm with a group of people or not, it's spring. I live in Virginia. There's fucking pollen everywhere. Fucking tree cum everywhere. And I have severe fucking allergies. So you know what? Wearing that mask actually fucking helps. And I'm sure a lot of other people have realized this as well. That's number one. Number two, for the last fucking year, we have seen TikTok videos, YouTube videos, Facebook videos, yada, 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 of crazy fucking right-wing Karens talking about, I can't wear a fucking mask, and fucking causing a goddamn scene. Now he's telling those fucking people to go and tell you not to fucking wear a mask because it makes me uncomfortable. I'm sorry, you're wearing a mask and that makes me uncomfortable. I don't give a fuck about you being uncomfortable. Fuck you. Holy shit. You know, he's been known to say, and I don't have the video clip of it, but he has said in the past that, you know, the Democrats have been causing scenes and, you know, doing this and doing that in the name of mask wearing and blah, 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 blah. The thing about it is, it's fucking equal on both parts. It really has been. Whether it's that, you know, it's the Karen that doesn't want to fucking wear a mask or the one that flips the fuck out when somebody's not. Can't we all just be civil about this to begin with? Number fucking one. Number two, he's literally telling you to go up to somebody outside that you don't even fucking know on the other fucking side of the street saying, hey, take your fucking mask off. That's making me uncomfortable. If that's not fucking causing fucking problems, we have, again, as a society right now, we have fucking bigger things to worry about, and that shit is insane. Do as you see fit. Follow the local mandates. If you live in Florida, Texas, or wherever, you know, they're not making you wear masks, but it makes you feel more comfortable to wear a mask, wear one. That's okay. If you don't want to wear one, that's okay too. If that's allowed where you're at. If it's not allowed where you're at, just follow the fucking mandate. It's gonna go away. Even here in Virginia, they're talking about June 15th, if the numbers stay the way they have and a certain amount of people get vaccinated by then, they're gonna take away the indoor things and possibly take away mask mandates as well. So even this, you know, liberal state known as Virginia is even talking about it going into the summer. I think that they said June 15th is what they were talking about. So things are happening. Things are coming along. We just need to be fucking patient. You know, I mean, we don't need to be causing more problems with each other than we already have. The whole right-wing, left-wing shit has got to fucking stop. The whole, you know, Asian hate has got to stop. The trans hate has got to stop. This is fucking tearing us apart. And it's news sources like that that is literally causing a civil war in this country. Now, are we talking Civil War, 1800s, you know, slavery? No, I'm not talking that. That's a little drastic. I'm talking much more just, I hate you, you hate me, fuck you, fuck the, you know, this. Oh, you have that flag on your fucking front porch? I'm calling the cops. Oh, I'm going to report you to the homeowners association. That is the shit that we're dealing with. How can we be neighborly? How can we be courteous to each other when we have that kind of shit going on? And you literally got newscasters, the people that we're supposed to trust, you know, delivering these news, but everything is literally fake news. If one thing Donald Trump said was right, it's that the news is fake news. And it's not just the stuff that he was talking about. No. It's all the fucking news. Now, if you turn on your local news and they talk about how there was a fucking 5-car pileup that blocked I-95, that's not fake news. That's just news. But all this other shit is getting out of hand. It really fucking is. We're supposed to be able to depend on it. Right now, I can get more fucking accurate shit from random fucking bloggers on Twitter or fucking Facebook than I do from MSNBC, CNN, or Fox News. You know? You can't even trust Al Jazeera because they're owned by the fucking government over in the Middle East. So, you know, that's out. Even BBC and all this other stuff that are in other countries, the same type of shit. We need to do our own research outside of news sources. And I know that sounds a little fucked up. And I know it seems a little illogical. But it's the truth. I mean, there's more than one type of news source out there, whether it be Vox, VOX, or whether it be BuzzFeed, or there's a bunch of different things out there that you could fucking use and kind of piece together some semblance of the truth. But that's what we need to do. We don't need to rely on one fucking news source. Because if you rely on one fucking news source, you're going to see people like Tucker Carlson saying that this is how you need to fucking do things. And that's not fucking cool. Whether it be Sean Hannity, Tucker Carlson, or I don't even know the fucking people on CNN because I don't fucking watch that shit. I just watch Fox News people because they're fucking hilarious to watch. But I digress. It's getting crazy. So with that note, we're going to take a quick little break, and I'll be right back. Tonight's episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an app that allows you to, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, connect with your therapist to make sure that you're getting the best help possible. BetterHelp is different in the fact that you don't have to go to your Cigna or Blue Cross Blue Shield website, look through thousands and thousands of therapists in your area that may or may not be accepting new patients, and then have to wait weeks upon weeks to get into that waiting room, and then wait an hour or two to get to see that person in that waiting room, only to find out that you don't connect on that personal level, and they're not what you need. BetterHelp avoids all that. They connect you with a therapist, and then you can choose right away whether or not you like them and decide whether or not you want to get a different one. BetterHelp is different because of that. And when you go to betterhelp.com/SIPod, you get 10% off your first month. BetterHelp is the best therapy app out there today. There's nothing better. And I'm so grateful to have connected with them because I use them. And as someone who speaks from a mental health perspective who has bipolar, it helps me every day. And I hope that they can help you as well. As a matter of fact, I know they can. So again, do yourself a favor, go to betterhelp.com/SIPod for 10% off your first month. BetterHelp. You can't go wrong. And that right there, what I just said in that, promo for BetterHelp is the reason why, if nothing else, we need to be more advocating for ourselves. Mental health in this country is running rampant. Now, you could probably do some Google research. I've done this myself because I wanted to see for myself. Right now, there's a bunch of fucking numbers out there that are talking about how last year's numbers for suicide rates were actually down versus 2019. I don't know if I necessarily believe that, but the fact of the matter is this. This is still fact. 1 in 3 Americans are still, either A, have yet to be diagnosed with a mental health disorder or have a mental health disorder. 1 in 3 Americans. That is 33% of this country have a mental illness. Now, whether that be something as simple as just, generalized anxiety disorder, that's not simple. Don't get me wrong. But you know what I'm saying. Or, bipolar 1 or 2, like I have bipolar 2. My brother has bipolar 1. There's lots of different things that people can have. The stuff that we are now seeing on TV is not helping these numbers. Now, if you watch Fox News every day, you're going to end up with a mental illness? No. Does all Republicans have a mental illness? Maybe. I'm just kidding. The problem isn't the Republicans. The problem isn't Democrats. It's the fucking people. It really is. That's the honest truth. Because I know a lot of Republicans that are actually quite nice people. And here's a great story. I'm going to go ahead and give you this. Okay? So, a couple weeks back, after my shift at the restaurant, which I cannot wait to get back to comedy so I don't have to do restaurant work anymore. Open up the fucking stages. That's another reason why we need to end the mandates. I want to get back on stage. But anyway, after my shift, I was having my post-shift beer. And there's this couple that comes in the restaurant every night. And they're hardcore right-wing Republicans. Hardcore. and they were talking about trans sports and gays and all this other stuff. And I had a feeling I didn't want to be a part of this conversation, but they asked me, they go, genuinely, we want to talk to you about this. And I said, okay, whatever. So I sat down, we had a drink, we talked. Because everyone knows, my daughter is gay and I have my gay pride tattoo. So I'm a big advocate, and I've also been talking to that lady Laura, who has her trans son in Florida. I'm a big advocate. I work closely with the LGBTQ task force here in D.C. So these are all things that I'm very passionate about. But they genuinely wanted to have a conversation and get an opinion because they just were having a hard time understanding. It's not that they had made up their mind. No, they actually said, we just don't understand. Can you help? Because they knew about my advocacy levels and they know what I've done. So they just wanted to help. And I literally had a conversation with them. And by the end of it, they were like, oh, that makes sense now. These two hardcore Republicans that didn't want to wear masks, that, always, are on the right side of things. And when I mean the right side, I mean the right side, not the right side. But this conversation went a lot better than I ever fucking expected. I explained to him, I gave him the dumbed down version that I've said on the show before, imagine a birth defect, it's not real, but what I'm saying, just for simplistic terms. And I explained to him like that, like, yeah, I get that. No, that makes a lot of sense. And they go, we understand, well, you're not saying that it is a birth defect, but just imagine it that way and it makes more sense. I'm like, yes, exactly. And once I broke it down for them, I said, plus, the fact that even if you wanted to like create a trans sports league, you'd have to probably get all 50 states just to get one team, because you're talking about football, basketball, baseball, this and that, lacrosse. There's not enough of these beautiful people to go around to create their own league. Let them play. And once I broke it down like that, they were like, that honestly makes a lot of sense. And just like Laura said last week, no trans person's ever taken away a spot on a team from a cis person. And I explained that to them as well, and they were more understanding. That's why I say what the issue is. It's not right people or left people. It's just people are the problem. I had a conversation again with two hardcore right-wing individuals. And they understood it in the conversation, and they were more accepting. Now, are they going to go out and advocate now? Probably not. Are they really going to change their minds? Who knows? But in that moment, in that conversation, they said that they understood and supported what I was saying. That's a win in my book. Some Republicans are like that. Others are not. And you can say the exact same thing about the left. Okay? That's the biggest problem in this country. It's the people. Because people like Tucker Carlson or fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene or that asshole Matt fucking Gaetz. I'm going to have a whole episode about this fucktwat. But anyway, that's the problem. Because they get their little group of people that believe what they say, and then they just kind of spread the hate. And the same thing happens on the left. I'm not advocating right or left here. And I'm not sitting here saying that Fox News is 100% bad. They have done decent things in the past. I'm not, and I'm not pointing the finger just at them. CNN and MSNBC, I've said this. CNN and MSNBC, same fucking shit. But I'm specifically talking about Fox News because of the things that I've seen recently. All right. Enough with the Tucker Carlson shit. There's one more video I want to play for you guys. And this goes straight up to not pointing fingers. It's not, well, it is pointing fingers, but you'll see what I mean in a second. But the thing about it is, this has to do with straight up fact checking. And just spouting shit off at the mouth that literally is lies. And you can fucking hear it right away and hear the lies. What Tucker Carlson did, he was just stating his opinion and telling you what he should do. As wrong as it was, and the science-based stuff and blah, blah, again, the CDC has changed its laws, so that part I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the other stuff with that. So, but this, what I'm about to play for you, is something completely different.
Out of the University of Michigan, which says that To meet the Biden Green New Deal targets, America has to get this. America has to stop eating meat, stop eating poultry, fish, seafood, eggs, dairy, and animal-based fats. Okay, we got that? No burgers on July 4th. No steaks on the Barbie. I'm sure Middle America is just going to love that. Can you grill those Brussels sprouts? So get ready. You can throw back a plant-based beer with your grilled Brussels sprouts and wave your American flag. So let's celebrate by throwing back another plant-based beer. Regarding our assault on investment, which of course will damage the economy, generate lower wages, and decimate family incomes, another plant-based beer.
So, plant-based beer. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and fill you in on something real fucking quickly here. This is already fucking plant-based. Wheat, barley, malt, water, hops. It's already fucking plant-based. How the fuck did that even get allowed to be said on television? Now, I haven't read the Green New Deal. I'll be straight up and honest with you, I have not. Because it's more than likely not gonna ever pass. A modified version of it is, hopefully. Okay? We need green energy. We need some green stuff going on. But that's not the point of this conversation. So I haven't read the whole Green New Deal thing. Did it say that we're going to have to stop eating animals? No, I don't believe it does. I Googled that part at least. I haven't seen any evidence showing that. But again, Fox News not fucking fact-checking their shit. Just spouting shit off to scare. It's fear-mongering. Yeah, you're going to be out back grilling your fucking plant-based meat, drinking your plant-based fucking beer. Motherfucker, we already drink plant-based. Is Mr. Cow, are you in here? Mr. Chicken? Mr. Pig? Or maybe some baby veal. Yeah, there's baby veal in my fucking beer right now. Fucking idiots. But that in itself should prove my point. Now, that's just a small little snippet. And that is such a minor thing on the grand scheme of things. I'm saying plant-based beer. Minor. But it just shows that even the stupidest things that they could say make it on the television, and they talk about it. And they act like it's the fucking biggest fucking news ever. Oh my God. But that is what we are relying on as a society to judge what we do next. I don't really watch the news. I'll be honest with you. I really don't. But I do follow along with it. I'll go to Google News and I'll see the different snippets from different websites. I have the different things that I follow along. And Google gives me many different sources from many different places so I can read multiple different things to make sure that I'm at least getting some sense of the truth. Like I was saying before, do your own research. Again, I will look at Vox. I'll even read MTV News. I'll look at this. I'll look at that. I look at it all. So I can at least get some semblance of the truth. But that right there is just straight up fear-mongering. You're not going to be able to eat fucking meat anymore, and you're going to have to drink plant-based beer. Are we going to have to drink plant-based wine too? Or plant-based fucking vodka or tequila? I mean, shit. You know, I mean, oh, that's right, because red wine actually comes from the blood of fucking cows. Yep, that's exactly what it is. It's not fermented fucking grapes, people. No, no, no. It's fermented blood from cows. No more red wine for you. See how stupid that sounds? That's exactly how stupid he sounded. But he fucking was dead on. I'm saying it, and he said it multiple fucking times. I mean, okay. Again, this has been going around on the internet for a while. I think a week or two. Again, same thing with the Tucker Carlson thing. But the point is, again, shit like that is causing drama within us. Fuck the government. Fuck Tucker Carlson and fuck Marjorie Taylor Greene. Fuck all of them people. MSNBC. No, I don't care about them. I care about you. Right or left, in between, libertarian, I don't give a fuck. I care about you. Making sure that we are all on the same page. Because the thing about it is, right now, we have never been more divided. Straight up. I said earlier in the episode, it's causing a civil war. That is a fact. But I also said at the same time, not, North versus South slavery type civil war. No. But the fact of the matter is, back then, we were a lot smaller of a nation. So the divide is much bigger now. Are we out there killing people? Well, yes, but not for the reasons I'm talking about. But there's no physical act of war right now. But the divide is bigger than it ever has been because of the size of this nation. And again, 1 in 3 Americans suffer from mental health issues. But we're not talking about that. The government's not talking about that. Yeah, they may have had a blip here and there about, suicide rates were down despite what experts thought. Again, I don't know if I believe that or not. But you know what? The numbers are the numbers right now. I will take it with a grain of salt. But 1 in 3 Americans. Yet we have Marjorie Taylor Greene and that sex trafficker / underage fucking pedophile Matt Gaetz going around, teaming up together, spouting Trump fucking isms. And yet Fox News advocates for it. Really? It's shit like that, again, that causes these issues. Now, again, I'm going to preface this. I'm going to, I can't preface it because I already said it. But I'm going to say this again. I could do the exact same thing on this topic with CNN and MSNBC or CBS or whatever. I could, but I'm not doing that. Because, again, this just needs to be said once and once alone. And just to show the extremities. That's not a word. Well, it is a word, but not what I wanted to say. The extreme nature that these newscasters are going to get their agenda heard. And it's a sad fucking state of affairs. Because we need to fix the country and stop fucking pointing fingers. The only people that are to blame is not your neighbor. The only people that are to blame is not your coworker. It's douche nozzles like the newscasters that we're supposed to trust to give accurate news, and it's douchebags that we put in office who only care about getting reelected again instead of actually doing their part to fix the fucking country. I've said this before, and I'll say it fucking again. Last year was one of the worst years in our country's history. And this year's not starting off that fucking great either. But last year was by far the worst. And the only fucking thing that our politicians gave a fuck about was winning their re-election campaigns. People were dying, committing suicide, getting diagnosed with mental illness at, unusually high rates. And nobody gave a fuck. When BLM was going on, the right was only sitting there talking about, well, they're rioting. How are they supposed to fucking get their message across? They're just rioting. There was a lot more peaceful protests than there was, riot protests. But they didn't fucking talk about that. No, they just focused in on the few bad eggs that happened. You know, still to this day, Marjorie Taylor Greene is sitting there talking about how, oh no, the people that stormed the Capitol on January 6th, that was not fucking Trump supporters. That was Antifa disguised as them. Even though they've all come out and said straight up, yeah, we support Trump. This is the shit that we are dealing with. Stop. We are enabling them to do that because they continue to do it on a daily basis. Until we fucking say stop it, it's enough, it will continue. Bottom line. The whole point of this episode, again, really still comes down to my love and passion for mental health. Because how can we ever, now, I'm not talking about necessarily diagnosed, mental illness. I'm talking about mental health in general. Watching the news and being stressed out from not knowing what the hell is really going on, that's a mental health issue. Watching your politicians not take care of your brothers and sisters as you watch them die on the streets is a mental health issue. I'm not talking mental illness. I'm talking mental health. That is the problem here. Because we're sitting here watching this happen and we're letting it happen and advocating for them to continue to let this happen. Enough is enough. I am not a reliable news source. I am a comedian. I say a lot of sarcastic things. A lot of times they're not true. Tonight, I said nothing but fact based off of the videos I showed you and gave you some opinions based off the videos I showed you. Nothing in here was my saying I'm factual on this, and if I questioned whether or not I was wrong, I said it. Have you ever heard an actual newscaster say anything that I just said? Nope. Because I'm at least honest. If I'm wrong, I'm going to be fucking wrong. I'll admit it all day long. However, there's one thing I am not wrong about, and that is fucking flat Earth. I haven't said those words in a while. I needed to get that off my chest. Fuck them too. Guys, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. I'm done for the night. But thank you very much for joining me. Be safe on your ride to work. And, if you're listening on this in the morning, be safe on your way home from work if you're listening after the fact. But regardless, I appreciate you guys so fucking much. You guys are the reason why I do this show. Now 197 episodes in, and Thursday, episode 200. 1 year today. Kat and I announced this show. And I wish she was here for it, but she's in the process of moving to fucking Belgium and shit. But we'll get back on track with her in the summer when she's officially moved. Because I miss that lady very, very much. But guys, also don't forget Coldest, the best fucking water bottle on the fucking market today. Go to coldestwater.com and use code 10Derek for 10% off. Trust me, guys, that shit is the best bottle. Holds your water for at least 48 hours, ice fucking cold. They don't advertise this, but it also does the same thing in reverse for hot beverages, but we won't go there. But again, use the promo code 10Derek for 10% off at coldestwater.com. And please make sure you hit that like button, whether you're watching us live, or you're watching us later on, or you're just listening on the podcast. But either way, thank you guys so fucking much. You guys are the reason why I do this fucking shit. And 197 episodes in, I can't be fucking, complaining. And there's going to be 197 more, 200 more, 500 more. Years and years of me to come. You get to see this fucking face until the day I die. So fuck you. I love you guys. Stay happy, stay healthy, and as always, stay fucking healthy and heavy. We'll see you guys later. Peace.